What's up, everybody? This is your man, Rodney Knight. I'm back here with episode 2 of the Dirty Dirty Talk Show. We're going to get right into the subject that we have in hand. So the subject that we have going on and we're talking about right now is obviously the biggest topic going into the 2024 NFL Draft is, what is the Chicago Bears going to do with the quarterback? Are they going to trade Justin Fields, keep the number 1 pick, and draft Caleb Williams, or they're going to trade that number 1 pick, try to bring in some more draft picks, and keep Justin Fields? So obviously, the Chicago Bears, they're in another fiasco. So remember last year, they had the number 1 pick because of the Houston Texans. They won their final game last year, which helped the Chicago Bears secure the number 1 overall pick. But they decided to trade that pick to the Carolina Panthers, who traded their first-round picks and some other picks, and including DJ Moore in the package, to get the number 1 pick and select Bryce Young. Obviously, looking at Bryce Young's rookie year, it was very terrible, to say it lightly. I don't want to go after Bryce Young and bash him, but going off of, what happened with this season with the Carolina Panthers, it looked pretty bad. But I think it's too early to say that Bryce Young is a draft bust. But Chicago, they got DJ Moore. They got a receiver that they could pair with Justin Fields, get him another weapon. But the problem is his numbers are not equating to success, and his win-loss record is also not equating to success. So let's go over Justin Fields' numbers from his entire career, including this year. So in his entire career, in 3 years, he has started 38 games, and he only has a record of 10-28. That is not good. That is not a good record, especially when you're supposed to be the name, face, and franchise of the Chicago Bears. Now, I get it. The Chicago Bears do not have a good history when it comes to developing quarterbacks. I mean, look at the last quarterback that the Chicago Bears drafted in 2017, Mitch Trubisky. They traded first-round picks, second-round picks to go up and get Mitch Trubisky, and that ended up not working. Yeah, they made the playoffs in 2018, but Mitch Trubisky proved that he was not the solution for the Chicago Bears. So now they did it once again with Justin Fields, and so far he has not looked good. He only has a win-loss record of 10-28, and his touchdown to interception ratio in 3 years is 40-30. Yes, he has more touchdowns than interceptions, but only having 40 passing touchdowns in 3 years, that is not good. And this year alone, he started 13 games with a record of 5-8. He had 2,562 passing yards and with a touchdown interception ratio of 16-9. That's not really good as well. And also having a record of 5-8, starting 13 games, and the Chicago Bears finishing the 2023 season with a record of 7-10 is also not that good. So you could say that Justin Fields is not that good, but also you can also say that is the Chicago Bears just cannot develop young quarterbacks. Look at the history of the Chicago Bears. To this day, in 2024, they have never had a quarterback that has thrown for 4,000 yards in a single season. That is absolutely insane. Not even Jay Cutler, who took the Bears to an NFC championship in 2010, threw for 4,000 yards with the Chicago Bears. So that tells you the Chicago Bears just have a history of not developing quarterbacks that could achieve success for that team. So obviously, you're in a pickle right now. You got Justin Fields. He's been with the team for 3 years. Now, the question is, are you going to pick up his 4th-year option and pay him for his fourth year and consider this upcoming season his last chance? Or do you just say Justin Fields is not the guy and we're just going to start back from square one once again, trade Justin Fields, get some draft picks, and then keep your number 1 pick and then draft the consensus number 1 pick from everybody this season, Caleb Williams out of USC. Personally, I think with just seeing Justin Fields, looking at the eye test, seeing how he is, he's a good rusher. He's a good mobile quarterback who can get out the pocket and make some moves. But you got to do more than just can move outside the pocket. Look at Lamar Jackson. He is a great quarterback when it comes to mobile and getting out that pocket and make some moves. But Lamar Jackson is a good passer as well. He is an accurate passer. He's an accurate quarterback. I mean, there's a reason why Lamar Jackson has won his 2nd most valuable player award this season. And Justin Fields is far from being Lamar Jackson. So obviously, it just seems like it's not going to work. So it looks like Justin Fields is probably going to get traded. Teams that have come up that could be trading for Justin Fields is the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Atlanta Falcons, just to name a few teams that have looked at trading and getting Justin Fields. Now, if he goes to either one of those teams, maybe his numbers will look better compared to what he has done with the Chicago Bears. Now, if you do decide to trade Justin Fields, then what's going to happen with Caleb Williams? Are you expecting Caleb Williams to play better? If you're not going to develop Caleb Williams to where he could be successful, not only are you going to have eggs on your face all over again, but you're going to take away the confidence that Caleb Williams already has. So you're basically in a lose-lose situation if you look at the different circumstances surrounding the Chicago Bears. You're going to trade away Justin Fields, who you drafted in the 2021 NFL Draft 1st round high, and you're just going to trade him away. Then you got the number 1 pick for the 2nd straight year in a row. You draft another quarterback, and what if he doesn't prove to be a better quarterback than Justin Fields? You're basically back to square one. And you're just going to look like total idiots if Caleb Williams doesn't have a successful career better than Justin Fields. So it's all the questions in the air of what the Chicago Bears are going to do with that number 1 pick and their quarterback situation. Personally, if you do decide to trade Justin Fields, you got to at least get another 1st-round pick. You could potentially have 3 first-round picks in this year upcoming draft. You already got the number 1 pick, and you got another pick in the top 10 at number 10. But the problem is Chicago needs to draft a receiver. And obviously, the biggest name receiver-wise going into this draft is Marvin Harrison Jr. coming out of Ohio State. So if you do decide to draft Caleb Williams and trade Justin Fields, you probably need to stay in that top 10, potentially go in the top 5 to draft Marvin Harrison Jr. Because obviously Marvin Harrison Jr. is not going to be on the board at the 10th overall pick. So Chicago, no matter what you do, you got to try to stay in that top 10 range for your 2nd pick. So that way you could potentially get Marvin Harrison Jr., pair him up with DJ Moore, and then you could have a wide receiver core like that for either Caleb Williams or Justin Fields. So hopefully this is not a lose-lose situation for the Chicago Bears for what they're going to do. Obviously, no matter what you do, you're going to have critics. You're going to have people say that that decision was a wrong move, that that was a stupid move, no matter what you do. But at the end of the day, the Chicago Bears is going to do what's right for the organization. So no matter what happens, you just got to accept it and leave it. But hopefully, whatever the Chicago Bears do with their decision, hopefully they could be successful. So that's pretty much all we're going to talk about today with the Chicago Bears. Like I said, we are going to do this once a week. Every week, this is going to be a weekly show. I'm going to have different topics talking about football, basketball, and also for my wrestling fans out there as well, especially with WrestleMania coming up soon. So this is another episode of the Dirty Dirty Talk Show. I'm your host, Rodney Knight, and I'll see you guys again next week. Talk to you later. Adios.